Hello, UDC Firebirds basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of UDC Firebirds basketball here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network. Eli Pearlstein with you. And up next, we've got your UDC men's basketball team taking on the men's team from Roberts Wesleyan College. UDC coming off a 189 loss on Friday night at the hands of David College, trying to bounce back, keep their solid footing within the ECC standings. If the season were to end prior to today's game, the Firebirds would be in 5th place in the ECC standings and would have the conference's number 5 seed in the conference tournament. Today they're taking on a Roberts Wesleyan team that comes in 5-11 overall, 2-8 in conference play. They are 10th in the conference, so they need to rack up the wins here in the second half of the conference slate in order to get themselves a chance to make the conference tournament. So number 5 seed in the standings against the number 10 seed in the standings. It's an ECC showdown coming up here at the UDC Sports Complex. Now again, this is game 2 of our doubleheader this afternoon. The first game of our doubleheader, UDC women saw their 13-game winning streak snapped at the hands of the Roberts Wesleyan College women's basketball team by a final score of 72-64. So the men need to win here in the second game of this doubleheader in order to get a split on the day with the Roberts Wesleyan College Redhawks. Firebirds, in their previous meeting against Roberts Wesleyan this season, notched a win 90-77 over the Redhawks. That was on December 11th. That was the first time the Firebirds have defeated Roberts Wesleyan since Roberts Wesleyan joined the conference prior to the 2012-2013 season. Let's get to this evening's starting lineups. We'll begin with the Roberts Wesleyan College Redhawks, who are led by 14th-year head coach Rob McCoy. 13th-year head coach Rob McCoy. He has 159 wins to date. He is assisted by Mark Salatsius, Herb Alexander, and Jake Russell. And here's the Roberts Wesleyan starting lineup this afternoon. In the backcourt, they go with freshman guard Quinn Carey, as well as senior guard Mike Stone and senior guard Marcus Gooding. The front court, they'll have sophomore forward Malik Dare and senior forward Tyrell Dixon. Now, the starting lineup for your UDC Firebirds are led by third-year head coach Mike Riley. He's assisted by Terrell Stokes and Anthony Iotti. For that court, the Firebirds will have 5'11 junior Kasim Chandler alongside 6'3 senior Aaron Senegal. The front court, they're going with 3. 6'5 senior Clenso Brandon III, making just his second start of the year, as well as junior forward Joseph Nickerson and 6'5 junior Jayon Troutman. Firebirds short-handed this afternoon without 3 key players, Jaron Pope, Virgil Fleming, and Martin Campbell. So tough task for them, hosting a hungry Roberts Wesleyan squad. Firebirds wearing gold with black numbers on the front and back of their jerseys. Roberts Wesleyan in black with red numbers on the front and back. Roberts written across the front. Tip is up, and it's won by the Redhawks, who will be going right to left across your screen to start this ball game. Here's Quinn Carey, whose pass intended for Marcus Gooding broken away. Now here come the Firebirds in transition. Layup from the right side, hit by Joseph Nickerson. Firebirds out to the early 2-0 advantage. 19:38 to go here in the first half of play. Carey, guarded tightly by Nickerson, leaves it on top of the arc to Dixon. Green set by Dare. Dixon uses it, tries the layup from the left side, can't convert. Offensive rebound for the Redhawks. Now 3 from Carey from the right side, swatted out of play. Remains Roberts Wesleyan basketball with 7 on the shot clock, 19-18 remaining on the first half game clock. Stone to inbound. Gets it into Dare. Now Gooding the three. He drills it. And it's Roberts Wesleyan by 1. 19:09 remaining here in the first half. Nickerson takes it into the front court. Dishes off to Chandler. Now Senegal finds Brandon in the paint. He has the ball stripped away. Fast break the other way, though Roberts Wesleyan doesn't have numbers. The corner three, no good from Gooding. They collect the long rebound. Stone has it, dribbling between the circles. 18:42 left in the first half. Stone finds Carey coming around a screen for a three. It may have been partially blocked. Was an air ball. Rebound to the Firebird. Chandler into the front court. Dribbles left. Dishes right to Nickerson. Back to Chandler. Now Senegal fires the three and connects. Aaron Senegal, who's been struggling from three of late, but still on the season ranks 5th from three-point range in terms of three-point percentage in the conference. Stake the Firebirds to a 5-3 advantage. 18:04 remaining here in the first half. No look pass from Stone to Dare. He's fouled on the layup attempt. Count it, so a chance at a three-point play for Malik Dare. He's a native of Cohoes, New York, where he went to Shaker High School. 6'5" sophomore, averaging 9.5 points per game this season. Unable to hit the free throw, so it remains tied at 5, 17:56 to go here in the first half. Chandler ahead to Senegal. Brannon to Nickerson. Back to Chandler. He drives. They're pump faking a pass. Gets the easy layup from the right side. At least made it look easy. Makes it 7-5. Firebirds on top. 17:39 remaining in the half. Dare finds Stone. He drives right of the lane and has his layup attempt blocked out of bounds. Layup attempt of the underhand variety will remain Roberts Wesleyan basketball from the front court baseline. 19 on the shot clock. Stone gets it into Dixon. He sees Dare posting up. Dare working against Brandon. And he's shoved off of him for an offensive foul. Or they say he stepped on the baseline. That may have been the call. Not see a foul put up on the scoreboard. So, turnover for Roberts Wesleyan nonetheless. Here come the Firebirds. Chandler, quick pass to Senegal to his left. Tries another triple. This time he's short. Offensive rebound by Nickerson. He can't clean it up. Rebound to the Redhawks. 17:06 remaining in the first half. Dixon finds Carey. Feeds underneath to Dare. He's able to put in the layup from the left side. We're tied at 7. 16:54 remaining. And miscommunication between Chandler and Senegal. Senegal not looking at Chandler, who whipped him the pass in the backcourt. And that lends itself to a costly turnover. 16:50 remaining here in the first half. Down low, Dare unable to keep it in bounds. It's UDC basketball. 2 turnovers for both teams thus far. Make that, now 3 for Roberts Wesleyan. Chandler into the front court. Swings the pass to Nickerson. Screen set by Brandon. Nickerson back to Chandler. He'll fire the 3 and connects. Sim Chandler gives UDC a 10-7 advantage. 16:26 remaining in the half. Dixon. Bounce pass left to Gooding. Now Stone. Picks up his dribble, has to swing around the perimeter. Gooding fires the 3. Too strong. Brandon unable to chase it down. He deflected it out of bounds, so it will be Roberts Wesleyan basketball with a new shot clock. Inbounds pass gets in the hands of Dixon. He hands off to Carey. Gooding has a step on Chandler. Pulls up for the baseline jumper and hits. 1-point game, 10-9. Firebirds on top. Next dead ball needs a timeout as we are now under 16 minutes remaining in the half. Nickerson finds Brandon on the baseline. He drives, dishes to a wide open Senegal, shoves off his defender, no call. Fadeaway three won't go, and we have a whistle underneath. Stopping the clock with 15:37 remaining. So we have our first media timeout of this first half. The Firebirds on top by 1, 10-9. Folks, UDC Athletics would like to invite you to join Firebirds Forever, the booster club for athletics. To give to athletics and receive more details about Firebirds Forever, visit www.udcfirebirds.com. Click the Support Athletics tab on the main page. Firebirds Forever membership forms are also available in the lobby. Thank you for your support of UDC Athletics and Firebirds Forever. Folks, be sure to follow UDC Athletics on Facebook, on Twitter at UDC Firebird Fans, and on YouTube at UDC Athletics 1. Mentioned the Firebirds coming off a loss at home on Friday night against Damon. Roberts Wesleyan coming off a loss last Saturday at home against Malloy, 76-59 the final there. Marcus Gooding led the way for Roberts Wesleyan with 20 points, while Tyrell Dixon led the way with 12 rebounds. Same starting five still on the court for UDC, who again are playing shorthanded without Jaron Pope, Virgil Fleming, and Martin Campbell this afternoon. Gooding dribbles right, dishes left to Dixon. He finds Carey, will drive baseline. Somehow got a pass off over two defenders. Shot won't go. Rebound for the Firebirds. Streaking back the other way is Nickerson, who puts in the uncontested layup. And it's the Firebirds up by 3, 12-9. 15:03 remaining here in the first half of play. Stone swings right to Carey. Dixon sets the screen. Didn't help much. Didn't get much of the body of Nickerson on that screen. Now Dixon thinks about the three, drives into the paint, goes up and under his defender. Shot is too strong. Long rebound corralled by Chandler, who's off to the races. Beautiful pass between his legs, and the slam to follow by Jayon Troutman. First time he's put in a bucket tonight. So it's 14-9, UDC on top. Dixon passes on top of the arc to Carey. He feeds Gooding, who fires up a very long three, and as a result comes up short. Shot clock violation on Roberts Wesleyan. The three from Gooding never hit rim. Subs in for Roberts Wesleyan. Zach Pane-Bianco enters the game. 5'11 freshman from Jamestown, New York. As well as Darren Dixon, junior from Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania. I believe he's the brother of Tyrell Dixon. Chandler brings it into the front court for UDC. Hands off to Nickerson. Finds Brandon in the paint. He feeds Troutman down low, and Troutman puts in the easy deuce. Makes it 16-9. Firebirds by 7. Darren Dixon gives it to his brother Tyrell. Now Gooding, the straightaway three, he rattles it in. 4-point game, 16-12. 13:32 left in this first half. Senegal to Brandon. He gets it to Troutman. Now Senegal swings it right to Chandler. He feeds Nickerson, who drives, tries to lay off in the paint to Troutman, somehow got him. Back to Nickerson, the three is short. Brandon fighting for the loose ball, but they say last touch by UDC. So the Roberts Wesleyan basketball, 13:07 left. And it will be Tyrell Dixon inbound from the near baseline. Gets it to Pane-Bianco, back to Tyrell. Now Gooding feeds Darren Dixon. Panabianco has up Chandler, drives, and he's able to hit the layup. Nice layup converted by the freshman from Jamestown. 2-point game, 16-14 Firebirds on top. Nickerson to Senegal. Lobs it to Brannon down low. Now Nickerson drives. Can't get the layup to fall. Rebound to the Redhawks. Panabianco to Gooding. He works it to Tyrell Dixon. He hands off to his brother Darren. Trapped on top of the arc. Gives it right back to Tyrell, who drives. Finds Panabianco. Punt fakes a three. Step inside the arc. Lets one fly short. Back the other way in transition. Senegal has the ball knocked away from behind. Will stay UDC basketball. Terrific closing speed by Darren Dixon to strip Senegal on the break. Subs in for UDC. Joe Robinson, Reggie Sidbury, Trayvon Butler all enter the game. Robinson, Sidbury, and Butler, all players who haven't been getting many minutes this season, but because of the three players who aren't available, head coach Mike Riley having to turn to some players who don't get many minutes this season. Off the bench. Will stay UDC basketball, exactly 12 minutes remaining in the half. So next dead ball will mean another media timeout. There's Nickerson to inbound. He gets it to Sidbury. He spins, fires, and shoots too strong. So it's still a 2-point Firebird lead, 11:51 left in this first half of play. Pass to the top of the arc for Dwayne Roberts. Mishandled it. And Roberts Wesleyan turns it over. So turnover with 11:41 left. 16-14 Firebirds on top. Firebirds have come out shooting strong out of the gate. 7 of 13 from the field. That's 53.8%. UDC 2 of 5 from downtown. Yet to go to the free throw line. Roberts Wesleyan 0 for 1 from the free throw line. They are 6 of 16 from the field. That's 37.5%. 2 of 7 from deep. Roberts Wesleyan has turned the ball over 3 more times than have the Firebirds, resulting in a 7-0 advantage for UDC in terms of points off turnovers. Roberts Wesleyan leading the rebounding edge 8-6. Assists favor the Firebirds 5-3. Blocks also favor UDC 3-0. Each team with 1 steal. Points in the paint favor the Firebirds 10-6. All right, now Kassim Chandler leads the way for UDC with 5 points. Marcus Gooding leads the way for Roberts Wesleyan with 8. It'll be Firebirds basketball from the backcourt baseline. Joseph Nickerson to inbound. Gets it into Senegal. Gives it up back to Nickerson. Crosses into the front court. Now Sidbury the 3 with 2 defenders running right to him. Could not get it to fall, but Senegal is able to. His second deep shot of the game. And he now has 6 points to lead all UDC players. So 19-14 Firebirds by 5, 11-17 remaining. Panabianco finds a spinning Davon Jackson down low. Puts it in for 2 from the left side. It's 19-16, 11:03 remaining. Robinson can't get the short shot to fall. Back the other way, Tyrell Dixon attacks the rim and gets the layup from the right side. So again, it's a 1-point game, 19-18, UDC on top, 10:43 remaining in the half. Sidbury gets the finger roll from right in front of the rim. Makes it 21-18, 10:35 left. Tyrell Dixon dribbles right, dishes left to Panabianco. He hands off to Darren Dixon. Tyrell works his way into the paint. Doesn't get the first attempt, nor the second. And he's the last to touch it. Subs in for UDC. Omar Abbas checks into the game, as well as Kasim Chandler. Senegal and Butler take a seat. This is just the fourth game that Omar Abbas has appeared in this season for UDC. Nickerson drives, kicks back to Sidbury. 3 from straight away. He connects. It's 24-18. Firebirds by 6. 9:48 remaining. A quick answer. A nice feed down low to Jackson. Make it a 4-point game. 24-20. 9:41 remaining in the half. Nickerson to Abbas for 3. He's one of the better 3-point shooters on the team, even though he's been lightly used this year. That time can't get it to fall. Panebianco. Double team for a split second. Gets it on top of the arc to Tremaine Carter. Now Darren Dixon drives, met by a double team. Back out to Carter. Takes it in the lane, puts up a left-handed shot. Comes up short. Back the other way come the Firebirds. Chandler, no-look pass to Sidbury, who drives base on. His shot is short. Unable to stay in bounds, however, after he collected the rebound was Carter. So it'll be back to UDC possession. Devon Jackson checks out of the game for Roberts Wesleyan. Malik Dare back in for him. Nickerson. Inbounds to Robinson. Now Chandler. Spins into the lane and is whistled for a travel before he could get the pass off. The clock stops with 8:49 left. Jayon Troutman returns to the game, replacing Joe Robinson. Carter inbounds to Panebianco. A good-sized crowd, but a silent crowd to start this game. There were some in attendance sort of shocked by the women's defeat, because they had been playing so well. Following earlier day to Roberts Wesleyan, 72-64, and having their 13-game winning streak snap. Panebianco kicks it to the far sideline, now passes it back near side for Carter. He'll hand off for Roberts, who has it stripped away by Nickerson, but before the layup attempt, a foul. An open path to the hoop. Not too many fouls called here in this first half. First team foul called on Roberts Wesleyan. That's been a trend with Roberts Wesleyan all season. They are 10th in the nation when it comes to fewest fouls committed. They are 8th in terms of fewest turnovers committed. Since it was an open path foul, it was called an intentional foul. Firebirds with free throws and position. Nickerson makes 1 of 2. Firebirds will have it from the near sideline as well. Nickerson checks out of the game for UDC. Aaron Senegal back in. He will inbound. Gets it into Chandler. He feeds Abbas. Abbas, bounce pass to his left for Troutman. Back to Abbas. Again, he feeds Chandler. Working against Darren Dixon for Roberts Wesleyan. Troutman comes to set a screen. Chandler able to keep his dribble going, despite falling to the ground. But then the pass from Troutman sails out of bounds. It's Roberts Wesleyan basketball. 8:05 left in the half. Carter inbounds to Panebianco. Swings left to Roberts. And a pass from Dare over the head of Dixon and into the backcourt. Backcourt violation. Stops the clock with 7:54 remaining. So we've reached the under 8 media timeout. Firebirds by 5, 25-20. Folks, let me tell you a little bit more about Roberts Wesleyan head coach Rob McCoy is actually looking for his 160th win as a head coach at Roberts Wesleyan in his 13th year. He played at Roberts Wesleyan, graduated in 1981, was a two-time Ken Curtis Memorial Award winner when he played, and was also Roberts Wesleyan's most valuable player and senior athlete of the year in the 79-80 season. Prior to coaching at Roberts Wesleyan, McCoy taught and coached at Churchville Chile School District. He is a 22-year veteran of elementary education. Turned to his alma mater in 2001 to take over the reins of this men's basketball program. Most recent win for Roberts Wesleyan last Friday night, a week ago from Friday, the 22nd, at home against Queens. That snapped a 4-game losing streak. Chandler hands off to Abbas. Now Senegal feeds Chandler back to Senegal. Again, Chandler working against his own defense are the Firebirds. An open Abbas for 3. Doesn't miss too many of those. This time he comes up empty, 0 for 2 from distance in the game. He only attempted 1 3-pointer all season prior to today. Again, the Firebirds without 3 players, so playing shorthanded this afternoon. Dixon drives to the baseline, now brings it back out. Abbas all over him. Stone. Pass down low. Dare went up with the layup and fouled from behind by Senegal. Mismatch there. Much bigger Dare going up against Senegal, and Senegal found himself out of position. Senegal's first foul of the game, just the team's second. Dare, a 52% free throw shooter, so not the worst thing in the world to put him to the line. He's able to hit the first, however. Dare now with 5 points in the game. He's 1 of 2 at the line. Makes 1 of 2 this trip. Sidbury collects the board. So with a 4-point UDC lead, 7:03 remaining in the half. Abbas. Bounce pass right to Chandler. He swings to Senegal. Now cross court. Abbas drives baseline to a wide open Sidbury for 3, too strong. Long rebound collected by Pane Bianca. Takes it in the front court. Ahead to Dare. Finds a wide open Carey for 3. Nothing but net. And it's back down to a 1-point game. 25-24. Roberts Wesleyan hanging in here with the Firebirds, who are shorthanded this afternoon. Number 5 ranked team in the conference against the number 10 ranked team in the conference. Firebirds 5, Roberts Wesleyan 10. Reverse layup connected on by Jayon Troutman. Makes it a 3-point game, 27-24, 6:11 left. Carey gives off a pass to Dare. Now Darren Dixon on top of the arc. Circles around the perimeter of the lane. Drives in, has his layup attempt blocked. Back the way come the Firebirds. Great move by Senegal, shedding his defender to go 1 touch to the hole and put in the finger roll. 5-point UDC lead again, 29-24. 5:44 remaining. Firebirds have led throughout this first half. Or I should say since an early 2-0 Roberts Wesleyan lead.
Checking into the Red Hawks, number 24, Marcus Gooding.
Subs in for Roberts Wesleyan. Marcus Gooding back in. Tyrell Dixon entering as well, replacing his brother Darren Dixon. Dixon brothers from Tobyhanna, Pennsylvania. Combined 31 of 32 possible starts between them. The 16 games that Roberts Wesleyan has played thus far this season. Senegal. Bounce pass left to Chandler. No look pass down low to Troutman, but he can't finish. I like that look by Chandler. throwing the entire defense off guard, but Troutman unable to lay it in. Now the three from the right side by Gooding. And he's having himself another solid game with 11 points. Gooding already above his season average of 9.4 points per game. Under 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. It's Firebirds by 2. Chandler, the three from straight away. He's short. Rebound collected by Darrett. Close competitive ball game, at least thus far. Carey drives. Now wide open look for Dixon, and he connects. And it's Roberts Wesleyan leading now for the first time since very early on in this one. He'll wait to check in at the scorer's table for UDC. Abbas, double team. Gives it up to Chandler. Fade away from Chandler, in and out. Troutman fighting for the offensive rebound, and he's fouled from behind. So a loose ball foul goes against Roberts Wesleyan. That will put Jayon Troutman to the free throw line to shoot a pair. He's a 66% free throw shooter this season. The native of Chicago, Illinois, where he attended Hillcrest High School. Transferred to UDC from Olive Harvey College. Unable to hit the first. Nickerson replaces Abbas. Looks like Brannon will replace Troutman at the next dead ball, or if Troutman's able to hit this free throw. Firebirds as a team came in shooting 74% from the line. Troutman can't hit either. So 4:09 left. Still UDC trailing by 1, 30-29. Stone finds Gooding. He hands off to Dixon. Tyrell Dixon drives. Too strong in layup attempt. Spinning down the rebound to Senegal. Now up ahead. He feeds Sidbury, who puts in the layup from the left side. 31-30, UDC on top. 3:37 remaining. Gooding tries another three. This time too strong on his attempt. Off the back iron. Rebound to the Firebirds. Chandler feeds cross court to Nickerson. Back to Chandler. Over to Senegal for three. He's off the mark. Senegal has drained 2 from distance, now 2 of 5. Back the other way. Carey also can't hit from deep. We're down to 3 minutes remaining in the half. Nickerson backs up towards the half-court circle. Finds Troutman at the free throw line. His turnaround J won't go. Back come the Redhawks. Boy, Brandon's been sitting at that scorer's table for a while. Dixon open for a three. Or pardon me, that's a deep 2. He's able to drill it. So 2-point lead for Roberts Wesleyan. 2:30 remaining. Nickerson drives. Tried to pass off at the last minute. Picked off and back the other way. Gooding, the under-contested layup. It's a 4-point Roberts Wesleyan advantage with 2:21 left. Timeout called by UDC, 30-second timeout called by the Firebirds. Leaves them with 3 remaining. Well, again, Roberts Wesleyan has struggled this year, coming in 5-11 overall and just 2-8 in conference play. But the longer you leave a team like this in a game and aren't able to put them away early, the tougher the task is going to be laid in the game. And Firebirds have certainly been on the other end of this the past couple of years, where they've been the team that I'm sure some opponents have taken lightly, and they've surprised some opponents, staying competitive in the game late and coming away with a surprise victory. You don't want the reverse of that to happen here for the Firebirds. They've had a couple of different 5-point advantages here in this first half, but haven't been able to stretch those leads. Now find themselves trailing by 4 with 2:21 remaining here in the first half of play. On the court for Roberts Wesleyan, Carey, Stone, Jackson, Gooding, and Tyrell Dixon. For UDC, Brannon finally back into the game, as well as Nickerson, Chandler, Senegal, and Sidbury. Chandler dishes off to Nickerson, back to Chandler. Now Senegal to the baseline for Brannon. Gives it up, back to Senegal. Over to Chandler, who drives, hands off to Brannon in the paint. He can't hit the layup. Rebound hauled down by Jackson. A good look for the Firebirds, but not a good result. Now Gooding, a step inside the arc. Jumper is short. Last touch out of bounds by Roberts Wesleyan, so it's UDC basketball, 1:50 to go in the half. And it will be Brannon to inbound. Gets it into Chandler. Dishes off to Nickerson. Now Chandler ahead to Senegal. Finds Brannon right next to the paint. No look pass to Nickerson cutting in, and he's fouled on the layup attempt. Clock stops with 1:37 remaining. Joseph Nickerson, 79% free throw shooter from the line this year. Transfer to UDC from Brookdale Community College. Third on the team in scoring, averaging 12.7 points per game this season. Is able to hit the first to make it 35-32. Unable to hit the second. Rebound comes down to the hands of Jackson. Stone will work it into the front court. Dishes off to Gooding, who has it knocked away. Ball is loose on the floor. And the refs say possession Roberts Wesleyan. Timeout called by their head coach, Rob McCoy. So heads up play by Rob McCoy, realizing that his team was able to gather possession on the floor. They burned their first timeout of the game with 1:21 remaining. That's years of experience on the sideline for Roberts Wesleyan, paying dividends for them on that possession. Coming up at the half, we'll go through the first half individual statistics. Got you set for the second half of play. It's been a good first half, pretty clean first half, not too many fouls. Good pace of play. Gooding, the three. Falls down after letting it fly. Can't convert. Here come the Firebirds. Nickerson to Brannon. To Senegal for three. Off the front iron. But Nickerson able to put in the putback. Makes it a 1-point game. 35-34. 1:01 remaining. Tyrell Dixon gets a pass off to Gooding. Pump fakes the three. Gathers himself and drains it. How about the two-game stretch for Gooding? He now has 16 points, putting Roberts Wesleyan up by 4. Had 20 in his last game. Three-pointer from Sidbury is short, but Brannon able to clean up the miss. So 2 straight putbacks for the Firebirds. They trail by 2. 33 seconds remaining in this first half. Tyrell Dixon gives it up to Stone. Sidbury in his face. Stone has the ball poked away out of bounds along the far sideline. Will remain Roberts Wesleyan in possession. Carey checks out of the game for Roberts Wesleyan. Stone works with it. 7-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Three-pointer from Gooding. He hits another. Unbelievable. 5 of 10 from deep is Marcus Gooding on the afternoon for 19 points here in the first half. Nickerson called for the offensive foul. With 1.5 seconds left. Third team foul for UDC. Just 3 fouls by each team in the half. 5-point Roberts Wesleyan advantage. And before these final minute and 5 seconds, or 1.5 seconds, We'll have someone to wipe up some sweat off the court. Tyrell decks in. Heaves it into Gooding. Just past half court. Too strong on his attempt. And that's how the first half will end. Quick first half of play. UDC trails by 5 at the break against the team with just 2 wins in conference play, Roberts Wesleyan. I'll step aside for about 7 or 8 minutes, come back, take you through the first half statistics. You're watching UDC Firebirds men's basketball here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network. Eli Pearlstein back with you here at the break. The UDC men's basketball team trails the men's team from Wesleyan College 41-36. Let's take a look at the individual stats here in the first half of play. We'll begin with your UDC Firebirds. For there was a tie atop the leaderboard in terms of scoring for UDC. Joseph Nickerson and Aaron Senegal each ended the half with 8 points. Nickerson 3 of 6 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3. 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Also had a team high 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 blocks, 1 steal, played 16 minutes. Senegal was 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. Had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, played 18 minutes. Right behind them with 7 points in the half was Reggie Sidbury. Coming off the bench, Sidbury 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. Had 1 rebound, 1 assist, played 12 minutes. Jayon Troutman ended the half with 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting from the field. He was 0 for 2 from the free throw line, had 1 rebound, 1 turnover, 1 block in 14 minutes. Kasim Chandler ended the half with 5 points on 2 of 4 shooting from the field. He was 1 of 2 from 3, had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal in 18 minutes. And rounding out the scoring for UDC in the half, Cunso Brandon III had 2 points on 1 of 2 shooting from the field. He had 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, played 11 minutes. There are 3 Firebirds who played in the half but did not score. Those would be Omar Abbas, Traylon Butler, and Joe Robinson. Omar Abbas 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, had 1 rebound in 6 minutes. Traylon Butler didn't attempt a field goal or a free throw, had 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 minutes. Joe Robinson, 0 for 1 from the field, had 1 block in 3 minutes. As a team, the Firebirds shot 15 of 35 from the field, that's 42.9%. They were 4 of 15 from three-point range, that's 26.7%. They were 2 of 6 from the free throw line, 33%. Roberts Wesleyan, on the other hand, 6 of 37 from the field, that's 43.2%. They are 8 of 17 from downtown, that's 47.1%. Big difference in this game. And they were 1 of 3 from the free throw line, and that's also 33%. Big reason why the Red Hawks were so hot from downtown was the shooting of Marcus Gooding, who led the way with 19 points for Roberts Wesleyan. He was 7 of 14 from the field, 5 of 11 from deep. Had 1 rebound, and one of those misses from deep, I should say, was that half-court shot right before the halftime buzzer. He had 1 rebound, 1 assist, played 13 minutes. Second on the team with 8 points in the half was Tyrell Dixon. He was 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from three-point range. Had a team-high 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, played 15 minutes. Malik Dare ended the half with 5 points on 2 of 3 shooting from the field. He was 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 turnovers in 13 minutes. Right behind him, with 4 points in the half, was Devon Jackson, 2 of 2 from the field. He had 3 boards, 1 turnover, played 8 minutes. Quinn Carey ended the half, 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. 3 rebounds, 3 total points, had 1 assist, 1 turnover, 14 minutes of action. Zach Pane Bianco was 1 of 2 from the field, had 1 rebound, 1 assist, played 9 minutes. The end of the half with 2 points. There were 5 players for Roberts Wesleyan who played but did not score. Those would be Mike Stone, Darren Dixon, Dwayne Roberts, Moody Issei, and Tremaine Carter. Mike Stone did not attempt a field goal or a free throw, had 4 assists, 1 steal in 14 minutes. Darren Dixon 0 for 2 from the field, had 1 rebound, played 8 minutes. Dwayne Roberts did not attempt a field goal or a free throw, had 2 rebounds, 1 turnover in 4 minutes. Modi Guise didn't even play a minute. Tremaine Carter 0 for 1 from the field, had 1 rebound, 1 turnover in 2 minutes. No one more than 1 personal foul for Roberts Wesleyan. Same is true for the Firebirds. Other stats of note from the first half. Roberts Wesleyan out-rebounded the Firebirds by just 1, 21-20. So Firebirds with 5 offensive boards compared to 4 for Roberts Wesleyan. Roberts Wesleyan, 10 assists, 8 turnovers. Firebirds, 11 assists compared to just 6 turnovers. So they're doing better in the assist-to-turnover category. 5 blocks for UDC, 2 steals. No blocks for Roberts Wesleyan, 2 steals. UDC with the much better points in the paint total, 22-14. They also lead in terms of points off turnovers, 11-2. Second chance scoring goes the way of UDC, 7-5. Bench scoring went the way of UDC, 7-6. Our officials this afternoon are Chris Cartagna, Danny O'Brien, and Jason Biber. Last field goal in the first half for Roberts Wesleyan came with 12 seconds to go. Last field goal for the Firebirds came with 40 seconds remaining. Largest lead for Roberts Wesleyan was 5, which is their current lead. Largest lead for UDC in the first half was 7. Firebirds led for the majority of the first half, 14 minutes, 49 seconds. Roberts Wesleyan led for just 4:16 in the first half. The game was tied for 55 seconds. 2 times the score has been tied, 5 lead changes in total in the ball game thus far. Looks like out on the court to start the second half for Roberts Wesleyan, I should say, are Tyrell Dixon, Marcus Gooding, Malik Dare, Darren Dixon, and Mike Stone. For the Firebirds, they're going with Hunto Brandon III, Kasim Chandler, Joseph Nickerson, Aaron Senegal, and Jayon Troutman. Chandler inbounds to Nickerson. Back to Chandler. Now Nickerson heaves it to the baseline for Troutman, whose fade away is short. Rebound to the Redhawks. Roberts Wesleyan trying to win just their 3rd game in conference play this year, 6th overall. Firebirds looking to avoid their 5th loss in conference play. They've lost 4 of their last 6 games. Alley-oop! Finished by Dixon. The feed from Mike Stone. And the lead is 43-36, largest of the game by the Redhawks. Nickerson. He's it to the baseline for Troutman. He dishes to Senegal. Back to Troutman. Again to Senegal. And now finds Nickerson on top of the arc. Green set by Brandon. Nickerson drives. No look pass down low to Troutman. He can't hang on. Knocked away into the hands of Gooding. Then he has it stripped away from him out of bounds. Will remain Roberts Wesleyan basketball. 19:08 remaining here in the second half. Appreciate you tuning in on this Sunday afternoon. UDC women lost to Roberts Wesleyan earlier today. So UDC men need to win to get a split of the afternoon with Roberts Wesleyan. Gooding, mid-paint jumper won't go. And a loose ball foul called on Malik Dare. First foul of the half for either team. Stops the clock with 18:55 remaining. Brandon inbounds. Gets it into Chandler. Now ahead to Senegal, too far in front of him. And it's a UDC turnover. Firebirds were good at limiting the turnovers in the first half. They now have 7 turnovers total. Tyrell Dixon dishes off to Gooding. Shoots over a double team and hits another 3. This man cannot be stopped today. Gooding now with 22 points. He's made 6 3-pointers. Nickerson pump fakes the 3. Dishes off to Senegal. Back to Nickerson. Now fires from distance, and he answers right back. Makes it 46-39. 5th 3-pointer of the game for the Firebirds. They're now 5 of 16. Nickerson leads the way with 11 for UDC. Gooding double-teamed. Looks like that's the strategy, at least here early on in the second half. Double-team Gooding. He was able to shoot over the double-team the last possession. This time he gets it knocked away. Stone inbounds to Dare. Dare backs down Brandon and draws the foul. Clock stops with 17:53 remaining. Just 6 combined fouls between the two teams in the first half. Already 2 combined between the two teams here in the second. So Malik Dare headed to the line, the 6'5 sophomore from Cohoes, New York, able to sink the first. Just a 52% free throw shooter on the year. As a team, Roberts Wesleyan now 2 of 4 from the free throw line today. Dare unable to hit the second. Offensive rebound by Gooding. Follow no good either. Here come the Firebirds. Chandler trying to change up gears. Draws a blocking foul. So we're not even 3 minutes into the second half, already half as many fouls as we had in the first half. Joe Robinson enters the game for UDC, replacing Jayon Troutman. Chandler working against the 2-3 zone. Swings right to Nickerson. Nickerson now finds Senegal. Brannon in the paint. Bounce pass to the baseline. Robinson can't hang on. Darren Dixon drives and draws the foul. So Darren Dixon heading to the line, where he's a 71% free throw shooter this season. Trying to stretch the lead to 10. Unable to hit the first, so no longer has a chance to do that. Reggie Sedbury checks into the game for UDC, placing Fensil Brandon the third. Darren Dixon yet to record a point in the game. 0 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from the free throw line. He's averaging 3.3 points per game this season. Second attempt, rims out. Rebound to Nickerson. 17-18 remaining here in the second half of play. Firebirds going to stay in 5th place in the conference standings. Traveling violation called on Aaron Senegal. And Firebirds are undermanned today without the services of Jaron Pope, Virgil Fleming, and Martin Campbell this afternoon. Stone fires it in the paint for Darren Dixon. His layup won't go. Offensive rebound for the Redhawks, put in by Tyrell Dixon. Dixon brothers doing damage. It's a 10-point Roberts Wesleyan lead. 16:40 remaining in the second half. Nickerson drives. His floater, great touch. And it makes it 49-41. 16:29 remaining. Since the start of the 2012-2013 season, Firebirds have won just once against Roberts Wesleyan. That was earlier this year in Rochester. Dare fouled on the layup attempt, so he's headed back to the free throw line. This Roberts Wesleyan team was predicted to finish last in the ECC preseason coaches poll. And they came into this game 10th in the standings. Dare unable to hit the first of the free throws. There are a couple areas where this team has excelled this season. They rank first in the conference in fewest turnovers per game, 8th in the nation in fewest turnovers overall. So rank highly in fewest fouls committed per game. Nickerson splits 2 defenders and puts in the underhand shot to make it 50-43. 15:56 remaining. Stone finds Darren Dixon. Harassed by Nickerson. Gets a pass off to his brother Tyrell. And a reach-in foul is called. Stops the clock with 15:42 remaining. I believe this should be the first media timeout of the half. Indeed it is. So 15:42 remaining. Firebirds trailing by 7. Just committed their 4th team foul of the half. And already, same number of fouls in this half as there were the entire first half of play. So referees calling this game just a little bit tighter here in this second half. Well, folks, look at how the ECC standings are shaping up coming into this afternoon. St. Thomas Aquinas is in first place with a 10-2 conference mark. Behind them sits Damon. They're 8-3 after their win Friday night over UDC. Bridgeport is in third place with a 7-3 conference record, followed by LIU Post, who sits at 8-4 in conference play. UDC right now in fifth place. Win or lose, they'll remain in fifth place in the standings, as they have a game-and-a-half lead currently over Dowling in the standings. Dowling at 6-6 in conference play. Mercy sitting in 7th place at 5-6. Malloy in 8th at 4-8. Queens in 9th at 3-8. Roberts Wesleyan 10th, their 2-8 conference mark. NYAT 11th at 2-9. Redhawks inbound. Here's Gooding. Dribbling right, then dishing on top the arc to Pane Bianca. He dribbles right. Then loses the ball. It's tied up on the floor. Possession arrow favoring the Redhawks. Should mention this is the only game in the ECC going on this afternoon. Inbounds pass broken up by Chandler, knocked out of bounds, remains Roberts Wesleyan basketball. Stone to inbound. Gets it into Tyrell Dixon. He dribbles left. Now works to say right. Whistle and a foul. Looked like this defender was holding a piece of his jersey. Indeed, the foul is on UDC. It's already the team's 5th foul. Firebirds keep up this pace in another minute. Roberts Wesleyan will be shooting free throws the rest of the half. Dixon works it around the perimeter. Stone takes it to the half-court circle. Now feeds Jackson. Stone to Tyrell Dixon. Lands off to Pane Bianco. Gooding the three is short. Tyrell Dixon the offensive rebound. Now you could understand if the Fibers start to get a little tired out on D. They've been playing D for a number of seconds. But they come away with the strip. Senegal tries to get it ahead to Nickerson. Pass needed to be too fine. Back the other way. Gooding wide open for a three, and he hits yet another. Can't leave that guy open. So he makes it a 10-point game. 53-43, 14:34 remaining. Senegal on top of the arc to Chandler, who drives. Splits two defenders. Is able to keep the ball in bounds. Now we got a whistle. As the shot clock needs to be reset to 30. Apparently the ball, the ruling was the Firebirds lost possession, then got it back, and that's why the shot clock needs to be reset. Nickerson inbounds to Chandler, back to Nickerson. This is really the only one doing anything offensively for UDC here in the second half. He has 15 points. Trayvon Butler finds Chandler. He drives, feeds Nickerson. Mid-range jumper short. Joe Robinson, the offensive rebound. Putback won't go. Rebound collected by the Redhawks. Fibers need to figure out something offensively there. They've gone ice cold from the field here in the second half. 13:49 remaining in the ballgame. Tyrell Dixon drives and draws the foul. Stops the clock with 13:43 remaining. So Tyrell Dixon headed to the free throw line. He's the leading scorer on the team, averaging 14.7 points per game this season. This is his first trip to the free throw, his second trip to the free throw line this afternoon. Has 12 points in the game. Hits his first free throw to remain perfect from the line, 3 for 3. Omar Abbas checks into the game for UDC, replacing Trayvon Butler. Marcus Gooding leads the way with 25 for Roberts Wesleyan. Second free throw is short, but the Redhawks get yet another offensive rebound. They've been pounding the offensive glass here in this half. They had a total of 4 offensive rebounds in the first half. And right now, Roberts Wesleyan with 8 offensive boards, so 4 already here in the second half. They're up by 11, 54-43. Nickerson walks it into the front court. 13:26 remaining. Feeds off to Chandler. Now Senegal. No-look pass in the paint for Nickerson, who drives and is fouled on the fake shot. I believe they'll give him continuation. Indeed they will. So it's 54-45, 9-point game, a shot at a 3-point play for Nickerson. Joe Robinson will take a seat for UDC. Jayon Troutman back in for him. Nickerson, good on the free throw. So it's 54-46. Tyrell Dixon inbounds to Stone. Pressure in the backcourt now by the Firebirds. Trying to use their athleticism to their advantage. Redhawks easily able to break the press. Gooding. Foul away from the basketball called on Roberts Wesleyan. Stops the clock with exactly 13 remaining. Team's 4th foul of the half. First personal to go against Tyrell Dixon. Chandler swings to Abbas. Back to Chandler. Now over to Senegal. Again Chandler against this zone defense, which has caused UDC problems. Abbas tries to shoot over it. The 3 is good. First 3-pointer of the season for Omar Abbas. And this is 4th attempt of the year. It's 54-49. Defensive foul called on UDC. Team 7th. So 1-and-1 free throws now coming up for Roberts Wesleyan. Quinn Carey into the game for Roberts Wesleyan, replacing Mike Stone. And it's Tyrell Dixon to the free throw line. Came into this game a 58% free throw shooter on the year. Roberts Wesleyan as a team today, 4 of 11. But Dixon's been perfect. Unable to hit the second. So it's 55-49. Nickerson with the layup to make it a 4-point game. So Firebirds going on a bit of a run now. The foul for UDC sends Zach Panebianco to the line. Clock stops with 12:24 remaining. Panebianco, 79% free throw shooter on the year. Can't get the first, so free throw shooting woes giving UDC some life here in the second half. Chandler works against Gooding. Hands off to Abbas, wide open for a 3. This time he's short. Loose ball foul underneath, and it goes against Nickerson. Already team's 9th foul in the half. Well, all the fouls that the Firebirds have been committing here in the second half should be costing them a lot more than it has thus far. Because as a team, Roberts Wesleyan just 5 of 14 from the free throw line for the game. The foul's really starting to mount. That was the 3rd personal on Nickerson. Panebianco gets the front end. He'll get another. Just 14 fouls in the half for Roberts Wesleyan thus far. That's been their MO all season. Haven't committed too many fouls. 57-51, 6-point Roberts Wesleyan lead. Nickerson Drives left of the lane. Kicks out to Abbas, who drives, slips. Still got to pass off to Nickerson. He now takes a baseline, tries to split your defender. And he draws the foul. Banged his knee, it looks like, as he is hobbling towards the UDC bench. The under 12 media timeout. Firebirds need it. Hobbling here in the second half, trailing by 6. Mentioned this is the only game going on this afternoon in the ECC. There is one game tomorrow night. Bridgeport at Queens at 7:30 p.m. So we take a look at the week ahead in the East Coast Conference. On Tuesday night, Bridgeport plays again, though they go out of conference as they take on Southern Connecticut State. So back-to-back games for them. On Wednesday night, there are 2 games. LIU Post is at Mercy, and NYAT visits St. Thomas Aquinas. And that's a look at the next few days in the East Coast Conference. Nationally in Division II, number 1 team in the country is Augustana in South Dakota. A 17-1 record, Fairmont State. Number 2 team in the country with a 16-1 mark. Will be Senegal to inbound. Fouls on the floor. Gets it into Troutman. Swings a pass to Sidbury. 3 from Senegal won't go. Offensive rebound by Abbas. His putback is in. And it's 57-53. Abbas now with 5 points in the game. A lightly used guard from Alexandria, Egypt. Panebianco swings left to Carey. Back to Panebianco. Jackson hands off to Tyrell Dixon. Spins into the lane. Finds Gooding for the fadeaway 3 from the corner. This time it's off the mark. Loose ball foul called against Roberts Wesleyan. Team's 6th foul. Give UDC the basketball from the backcourt baseline. Sidbury rolls it into Chandler. We'll walk it into the front court. Abbas open along the baseline. Chandler decides to drive. Kick out to a wide open Abbas. The 3 is short. Abbas, good look. Made 1 of his 3-point attempts this afternoon. 1 of 4, I believe. Carey tries a 3 of his own. It's too strong. The long rebound corralled by Roberts Wesleyan. Now Panebianco dribbles out of a double team, drives, has a shot blocked out of bounds by Troutman. Will stay Redhawks basketball. Malik Dare checks back into the game for Roberts Wesleyan. Dare and Dixon in as well. 10:30 remaining in this ball game. Tyrell Dixon has his shot blocked in the paint. Here come the Firebirds pushing the pace. Senegal. Finger roll tipped out by Troutman. Looked like it was headed in. Offensive goaltending called on the Firebirds. Jumped just a bit too soon. They didn't give it a chance to fall in. So costly miscue there. Pass broken up. Good defense by Troutman. Here come the Firebirds. Senegal to Chandler. Open for 3. A little surprised to be that wide open. I think that affected the shot. Chandler came into this game shooting 36% from 3 on the year. Dare has his layup attempt blocked. Firebirds racking up the blocks here in the last couple of minutes. Remains a 4-point game. Senegal loses it. Referee slips. Dixon finishes off with a layup from the right side. And it's 59-53. There's 9:26 remaining. Chandler into the front court. Heaves it cross court to Avis. Swings it left to Sidbury. Screen set by Chapman. Sidbury drives. Seemed as though he slipped as he entered into the paint. It's an offensive foul called on UDC. Subs in for both teams. Nickerson returns for UDC. Stone returns for Roberts Wesleyan. 10th team foul for the Firebirds. That means next defensive foul they commit, or any defensive foul they commit from here on out, means 2 free throws the rest of the way. Still a lot of time left. 9-11. Stone doing the pass far side to Darren Dixon. He looks down low for Dare. Spins, baseline, fires out to the corner for Carey. His three-pointer off the mark. Back come the Firebirds. Senegal on top of the arc to Abbas. He swings right to Chandler. Troutman sets the screen. Now Chandler hands off to Abbas. Back to Chandler. He's open for a deep 2 and drains it to Sim Chandler. Now with 7 points on the afternoon. So just one in double digits for the Firebirds. That would be Nickerson with 20. Chandler with the steal ahead of the pack. Goes up for a layup and converts. And it's a 2-point game. 59-57. Timeout called by Roberts Wesleyan. 30-second timeout leaves them with 2 timeouts remaining. 8:15 left in this one. Firebirds back in it, trailing by 2. I told you that Joseph Nickerson is leading the way in terms of points for the Firebirds. 20 points on 8 of 12 shooting from the field. Aaron Senegal has 8 points on 3 of 7 field goal shooting. Reggie Sedbury with 7 on 3 of 8 field goal shooting. Gooding still easily leading the way for points for Roberts Wesleyan with 25 on 9 of 19 shooting from the field. So shooting over 50%. Or pardon me, just under 50%. Tyrell Dixon also in double digits with 14 points, 5 of 10 shooting from the field. As a team, UDC shooting 46.7%, 21 of 45. Roberts Wesleyan 20 of 46. Tyrell Dixon inbound. Firebirds with loose pressure in the backcourt. Strone dribbles left, dishes right to Tyrell Dixon. Hands off to Carey. Carey back to Stone. Whose pass to Dare is broken up. Firebirds recover. There's timeout called. I believe it was by UDC. Question as to whether this is a media timeout or whether this was a UDC timeout. It will be a media timeout. Media timeout with 7:54 remaining. Well, folks, let's begin to look at the road ahead for these two teams. We'll begin with Roberts Wesleyan. We'll return home to play 2 games next weekend against the University of Bridgeport on Friday night and Dowling College on Saturday afternoon. Game against Bridgeport is at 8 p.m. on Friday night. They will then hit the road for 3 in a row following their 2-game homestand. This is the last game between these two teams this season. Roberts Wesleyan looking for the series split. Firebirds looking for the series sweep as they won the first game in Rochester back on December 11th by a final score of 90-77. is Nickerson to inbound for UDC. Light pressure in the backcourt by Roberts Wesleyan. Nickerson finds Chandler. Swings left to Senegal. Now, baseline jumper by Troutman is good. And we are tied at 59 with 7:30 remaining in the ball game. New life for UDC. They led for most of the first half. Have not led yet here in the second half. Gooding, pump fakes, drives. Mid-range jumper, no good. Offensive rebound goes into the hands of the Redhawks, and now Gooding, the silencer with the three, makes it 62-59. What a game for Gooding. He had 20 in his last game, only averages 9.8 points per game this year. 9.4 points per game this season. Troutman with the 2-point answer, 62-61. 6:51 remaining. Dare can't get the layup, but the tip in from Dixon is in. And it's back to a 3-point game. 64-61. 6:35 left. Nickerson ahead to Chandler. Back to Nickerson. Chandler swings right to Senegal. Now Chandler left to Abbas. Chandler drives right in the lane. Out wide, Abbas the three. It's short. Nickerson the offensive board. And he puts in the short two from right in front of the hoop. Back the other way, a lob pass ahead to Darren Dixon, and he's fouled on the baseline shot. Seems to be in some pain as he ran into Omar Abbas and fell to the ground. Foul is on Abbas. 2 free throws coming up for Darren Dixon. It's the second personal on Abbas this afternoon. Again, Firebirds already into the double bonus. Still 6:06 remaining in the game. Darren Dixon, 0 for 2 from the free throw line. It's the first. It's 67-63. Senegal to Abbas. Down low to Troutman. Now Senegal from straight away. Too strong. Offensive rebound by Nickerson. He goes up from 2 feet in front of the hoop. Can't get it to fall. So remains a 4-point Roberts Wesleyan lead. Firebirds are able to tie this at 59. Have not led here in the second half. Now Dare going to work down low. They don't have an answer for him. 6-point lead, 69-63. 5:15 remaining. Abbas. Down low to Troutman. Back to Abbas. Swings it quickly to Chandler. Chandler drives. Runner good off the glass. 4-point game, 69-65. 4:54 remaining. Dixon into the front court for Roberts Wesleyan. Feeds Dare. Posting up against Troutman. Gets it on top of the arc to Gooding. Gooding to Tyrell Dixon. Now Stone, an open look for 3, and he drills it. Mike Stone getting on the scoreboard for the first time tonight. Firebirds quickly trying to answer. Senegal unable to hit the short layup. So the lead remains 7, 72-65, 4:18 remaining. Darren Dixon. Bounce pack on top of the arc to Gooding, who works around the perimeter. Stone tries to feed down low to Tyrell Dixon. Pass over his head out of bounds. It's UDC basketball. 4:06 left. Next dead ball most likely means the final media timeout. Each team with 2 timeouts left as well. Chandler into the front court. Bounce pass left to Abbas. Nickerson can't hit the layup. Had a great start to the second half. Can't hit there. Now Gooding, the three, won't go. Rebound to the Firebirds. They have numbers 3 on 2. Nickerson, the nice drive from the right side, and the clean finish. No rim needed. 72-67. Daré can't hit the layup from underneath. Rebound to the Firebirds. Chandler drives, goes up for the layup, and converts. And it's 72-69. Timeout called. 3-point game with 3:21 remaining. Timeout called by UDC. 30-second timeout. Or pardon me, full timeout for the Firebirds. As this turns into a media timeout. Well, folks, I told you about the road ahead for Roberts Wesleyan. How about the road ahead for your Firebirds? We will take a 2-game road trip. Starting Thursday, where they will be at Queens. 7:30 p.m. game that night against Queens, and then they're at Malloy on February 6th. Saturday afternoon affair that begins at 2:30 p.m. Next home game for the Firebirds, that game that was postponed against NYT last weekend, will be made up Monday, February 8th. 7 p.m. start for the men. The women will tip at 5 p.m. That will be our next broadcast here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network. So mark that down, Monday, February 8th. Women and men against NYT women's game, which will be a huge one, at 5. Men will follow at 7. It'll be the first of 2 home games in a row for the Firebirds. Just 3 home contests remain for both the UDC men and women. 1 timeout left for the Firebirds, 2 remaining for the Redhawks. Roberts Wesleyan inbounds. Pane Bianco has it stripped by Chandler, and he puts in the layup from the right side. It's a 1-point game, 72-71. What a run by the Firebirds. A 6-0 run to close within 1. With 3:04 left, so still plenty of time. Tyrell Dixon dribbles between the circles. Swings it to Gooding. Gooding works against Nickerson. Dribbles right. Dishes left to Pane Bianco. Now Daré. Back out to Pane Bianco. The 3 won't go. Loose ball foul, and it will go against the Firebirds. Unfortunate, as Brannon came away with the rebound.
Foul called the Firebirds. Darren Dixon on that, 2.
2 free throws coming up for Darren Dixon. It wasn't even down low that the foul was committed. It was committed by Omar Avis, his 3rd personal. Dixon can't hit the first. Darren Dixon just 1 of 4 from the free throw line today. He struggled. Normal 71% free throw shooter. Second free throw is in to make it a 2-point game. Firebirds have not led here in the second half. They led for the majority of the first half, however. Abbas open. Fishes off to Chandler. Back to Abbas. Pump fakes the 3 now. Gives it off to Troutman. Again, Chandler on top of the arc. Tries the alley-oop to Troutman. A bit too high. 2:20 remaining. Tyrell Dixon. Feeds Gooding. Back to Tyrell Dixon. Now Daré. Swings left to Darren Dixon. Clock ticking down to 2 minutes remaining. Pane Bianca. Dishes left to Tyrell Dixon. He slips as he tries to drive in, loses the basketball out of bounds. It's UDC possession. Great defense on that possession by the Firebirds, forcing the turnover. Now yet again a chance to tie or take the lead. 1:55 left. Chandler works it into the front court. Into the paint. No look pass down low, and Troutman with the 2-handed slam. We are tied at 73. Troutman now with 12 in the game. third Firebird to get into double digits. Gooding can't let him shoot a three. You know he wants to. He fires away and converts. One thing the Firebirds could not let happen. Now they've got to answer. A minute 20 left. Don't need a three. And take their time to set up something good. Nickerson to Senegal. They space the court. Senegal gets it to Nickerson in the paint. Chandler open for three. Pump fakes. Drives. Now Senegal from distance. And he answers right back. And we are tied at 76 with a minute remaining. Doesn't get better than this, folks. Chance of defense from the Firebird faithful as the gym has suddenly come to life. Pane Bianco drives. Can't convert with the left hand. Rebound to the Firebirds. A chance to take the lead as Chandler is knocked to the ground. No whistle. Hard contact. I can't believe it. Gooding can't fake home the three. Firebirds get the steal. Senegal slips. And timeout called by UDC. I still can't believe there wasn't a foul called on. Chandler was decked to the floor. That got the crowd up in arms. And now foul was called. Pardon me, I thought that was a timeout. They awarded to UDC. A foul was called, and so Senegal going to the line. Maybe a makeup call there for that foul that certainly should have been called when Chandler was decked to the floor and he was bringing the ball up court. So Senegal at the line. 91% free throw shooter on the year. Can't hit the front end of the 1-and-1. He's the guy you want at the line if you're UDC. A rare miss for him. Shot clock has been turned off. A chance for Roberts Wesleyan to take the final shot of the game, or else we go to OT. Tyrell Dixon starting to make his move. Drive. Kicks out to Pane Bianco. He beats Tyrell Dixon. Driving shot is blocked. And we're going to overtime. Tied at 76. We need 5 more minutes to decide this one. Great job by the Firebirds battling back in this one. We thought the women's game might be another 3 OT thriller. Well, maybe we'll be treated to that here on the men's side. Going extras here at the UDC Sports Complex. 5 minutes put on the clock. Firebirds and Redhawks in a duel this afternoon. Reason why we're all tied up. Firebirds shooting better from the field. Roberts Wesleyan shooting better from three-point range. Turnovers nearly even. Roberts Wesleyan with 19. Firebirds with 18. Firebirds, though, a huge advantage in points off turnovers. Roberts Wesleyan with the rebounding edge, 42-37. Assists favor the Firebirds. Blocks do as well, 9-0 in that category. Steals favor Roberts Wesleyan by 1. Six more fouls committed by the Firebirds than by Roberts Wesleyan. Bench scoring favoring Roberts Wesleyan by 2, 14-12. Points in the paint favor the Firebirds by 20, 44-24. They want to get an inside. Roberts Wesleyan wants to keep on shooting those threes. Why not? They're shooting 46.4% from three. Firebirds shooting nearly 51% from the field, but just 30.4% from three. It was that three-pointer by Senegal that wound up tying this one up and sending it into OT. The Troutman to take the tip for UDC, going up against Tyrell Dixon for Roberts Wesleyan. Tip is up and won by the Redhawks. Here we go. 5 more minutes to determine this one. The three from Gooding. Too strong. Another offensive rebound for the Redhawks. Stone, near side, works against Abbas. Dishes off to Dare. Now Gooding drives. His runner won't go. Dare the tip in. No, but then Gooding follows that up. He gets it to fall in off the backboard for 2. 78-76. Roberts Wesleyan on top. 4:23 remaining in the overtime session. Troutman, the two-handed slam off the no-look pass from Chandler. We are tied back up at 78. 4:13 left. Gooding jacks up a 3. Short. He's taken a lot of those today. Rebound by Senegal. A minute into this overtime period. Still tied. Chandler plays give and go with Abbas. Chandler the 3. And he drains it. 8th three-pointer of the game for the Firebirds. Makes it 81-78. 3:44 left. Dare down low. Muscles his way to the rim and hits the easy deuce. 1-point game. 81-80. 3:30 remaining in OT. Chandler swings left to Senegal. Now Nickerson in the paint. Open look. It rims out. Now a chance for the Redhawks to retake the lead. Down by 1. Gooding wide open for 3. Sheds one defender. Charging at him. Can't hit the tray. Rebound pulled down by Senegal. 3:06 left in the overtime period. Abbas the 3. In and out. He's had some good looks. Can't get him to fall this afternoon. Stone. Tripped from behind. So free throws coming up for Mike Stone, the native of Kirkville, New York. Roberts Wesleyan just 9 of 19 from the free throw line this afternoon as a team. That's 47.4%. Firebirds shooting a worse percentage, but haven't been there nearly as many times. This is Stone's first trip to the free throw line. Has 3 points in the game on one made three-pointer. He hits the first, and we're tied at 81. Spencer Brandon checks into the game for UDC. Jayon Troutman checks out. Stone hits them both. So 1-point Redhawks lead. 2:50 remaining. Chandler into the front court. Fires it off to Abbas. Now Nickerson in the paint to Chandler. He'll drive. Feeds Senegal for 3 from the left side, and he gets it to fall. Aaron Senegal, one of the better 3-point percentage shooters in the conference. Hitting 2 clutch ones here late. Stone trying to answer, fouled on the layup attempt. To be specific about Aaron Senegal, who was named the ECC Player of the Week back on November 30th. I believe it's 5th that he ranks in terms of 3-point percentage. Shooting 44% from deep. Stone hits the first free throw to make it a 2-point game. Now, make it a 1-point game. Now we're tied. We're tied at 84. 2:18 left. Chance of defense coming from the Roberts Wesleyan bench. Chandler. Screen set by Brandon. Hands off to Nickerson. Nickerson drives. Tries to feed Brandon in the paint. Is blocked back right to him. 9 on the shot clock now. Chandler with 6, 5, 4. Puts up the underhand shot and gets it to roll in. 2-point UDC lead, 1:49 left. And the strip by Nickerson. He's able to stay in bounds behind the back pass to Chandler, who puts in the layup, and it's UDC by 4. 88-84, and the crowd has come alive here at the UDC Sports Complex. Foul was called on the layup as well, so Kasim Chandler heading to the free throw line to try and make it a three-point play. Chandler now with 20 points in the game. 22 points for Chandler. Second Firebird to eclipse the 20-point mark today for UDC. He has 22. Joseph Nickerson leads the way with 24. And he gets the free throw to fall. First trip to the line for Chandler. So it's 89-84, minute 38. Now they've just got to clamp down on D. Stone finds Tyrell Dixon. He drives right at the lane. He's fouled on the layup attempt, stopping the clock with a minute 30. Tyrell Dixon, if you looked at his stats coming into the game, you'd say he's the guy you want to foul. He's 2 of 4 from the free throw line this afternoon. 58% free throw shooter on the season. Too strong on the first attempt. Darren Dixon checks in for Quinn Carey. Second free throw is in. Friendly roll off the front. So it's a 4-point game, 89-85. A minute 26 left. Chandler take his time to work it into the front court. Getting on him. Firebirds obviously, now with the clock as their friend, will try and take up as much time as possible. Brandon comes to set a screen. Chandler elects not to use it. Gets it to Abbas in the corner, whose three is long. Nickerson, offensive rebound. He can't get the putback. Now Brandon fouled. No whistle. But the Firebirds keep on fighting. They get a new possession. Nickerson hounded by the half-court circle. I love the effort by the Firebirds on the glass. And now foul has to be committed by Darren Dixon. 19 fouls, so 1-and-1 free throws coming up for Kasim Chandler. Chance for the Firebirds now to try and ice this game away at the free throw line. Chandler just hit one from the line in the Firebirds' last possession. Just the fourth made free throw of the game for UDC. It's good on the first attempt, so he'll get another. 5-point game. He's an 83% free throw shooter on the season. Second free throw is in. 91-85. 47 seconds left. It's been a great overtime period thus far for UDC. A foul and one. Bucket is good. Just like that, the lead could be in half. And if that's the case, no need for Roberts Wesleyan to foul on this next UDC possession. If Tyrell Dixon can hit this free throw, he'd make it a one-possession game. With 12-second difference between shot clock and game clock. He cannot, however. Rebound is snagged by Senegal, and he is fouled with 40 seconds remaining. And if Roberts Wesleyan does wind up losing this game, they can really look to their free throw shooting as a reason why. 14 of 26 from the free throw line. And normally Roberts Wesleyan, 62% free throw shooting team, so that's 10 percentage points below their normal average. Free throw shooting really plaguing them this year. Senegal gets 1 of 2. 5-point game, 38 seconds left. Stone to Carey for 3. And he rattles it home. And it's a 2-point game, so don't go anywhere, folks. Foul immediately. Although Roberts Wesleyan did not need a foul, but by fouling early on here, they've extended this game and really have given themselves a chance to stay in it. 31.5 seconds left. That three-pointer by Carey was huge. So here's Joseph Nickerson at the line. As poorly as Roberts Wesleyan has shot from the free throw line, UDC percentage-wise, exactly the same percentage. They haven't helped themselves at the line either. Nickerson able to sink the first, so it's a 3-point game. This next one huge to try and make it a 2-possession game, but before the free throw, we have a timeout called by the Firebirds. Will be their final timeout. So no timeouts remaining for UDC. One left for Roberts Wesleyan. What a game this has turned out to be, huh? Firebirds coming into this game, hitting one of their rougher patches of the season, only winning 2 of their last 4 contests after streaking to win 5 in a row, 6 of 7. Of course, the Firebirds started out this season 0-5. That included 2 overtime losses. Firebirds 0-2 in overtime this season, so they're due to win with an extra session. At least that would be the optimistic view. The Firebirds led for the majority of the first half. Roberts Wesleyan led for the majority of the second half in this contest. Joseph Nickerson, a big-time free throw coming up. Chance to make it a 2-possession game. Nickerson from the free throw line today, 4 of 6. 79% shooter on the season. He's able to sink the second. Big free throw there. 30 seconds left. 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Tyrell Dixon drives, kicks out wide. Now Gooding, the straightaway 3. Not this time. Rebound tipped up, recovered by Senegal, and reach-in foul is called. The free throws now coming up for Senegal to try and ice this one. Certainly, this one not over yet. Even if Senegal makes both, a quick 3-pointer by, say, Carey or Gooding. That was the 5th personal by Tyrell Dixon, by the way, so he will have to check out of the game. Good effort by Tyrell Dixon this afternoon, finishing with 19 points on 7 of 15 field goal shooting. He was 2 of 2 from 3 and 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Also had 11 rebounds, so a double-double for him. Senegal, good on the first attempt. Makes it 95-90. And he makes them both. 96-90, UDC on top. 14 seconds left. Quick 3 from Pane Bianco, and he gets it to fall. Unbelievable. So with 8.8 left, 3-point game. Roberts Wesleyan, obviously, their strategy, try for the quick steal. If you can't get that, you've got to foul right away. Meanwhile, UDC going to come down to free throws. Best free throw shooters for UDC: Senegal, Chandler, Nickerson. So if you're the Firebirds, you're hoping to get it into one of their hands. Hope for the best. And UDC looking for just their second ever win against Roberts Wesleyan since the school joined the East Coast Conference as a provisional member prior to the 2012-2013 season. Out on the court for UDC, Brandon, Nickerson, Abbas, Chandler, and Senegal. It'll be Brandon to inbound. Abbas tries to screen for Chandler. They get it into Chandler, and he's fouled immediately. Not even an entire second ticked off. So without getting the steal. Other than getting a steal, Roberts Wesleyan executed just about as well as they could have. Now Chandler to shoot some big free throws. He's a perfect 3 of 3 from the line this afternoon. Needs one to make it a 2-possession game. Good on the first attempt. Still not over yet, but each point UDC can add on certainly helps from here on out. Doesn't get the second. 7 seconds left. Stone into the front court to Panebianco. Deep 3. Nearly gets another. In and out. But a valiant effort by the Red Hawks. At the end of the day, however, UDC escapes in overtime with a 97-93 win. And so the Firebirds, after a rough second half, have a huge overtime period to come away with the win. They advance to 9-10 on the season and 7-4 in conference play, really upping their hold on the number 5 seed in the East Coast Conference. Firebirds improved to 6-4 at home this season. Roberts Wesleyan, meanwhile, falls to 5-12 on the year, 2-9 in conference play, and 2-5 when playing away from home. What a treat this game was, huh, folks? Battle right down to the final seconds. As a team, UDC winds up shooting 50.7% from the field, 33.3% from 3, and 63.2% from the free throw line. Roberts Wesleyan winds up shooting 41% from the field, 42.9% from 3, and 53.8% from the free throw line. The leading scorer for the Firebirds with 26 points was Kasim Chandler. Had a huge overtime period, was 10 of 13 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Also in double digits for the Firebirds, Joseph Nickerson had 26 as well. 10 of 18 shooting from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. Aaron Senegal added 17 on 5 of 12 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3. And Jayon Troutman had 14 on 7 of 10 field goal shooting. For Roberts Wesleyan, Marcus Gooding had a game-high 33 points on 12 of 31 shooting from the field, 9 of 23 from deep. Tyrell Dixon had 19, though he fouled out of the game, also 11 rebounds. Malik Dare also had a double-double, 12 rebounds, 11 points. For all the good, hardworking men and women involved with the UDC Athletic Department, including my camera operator today, Delonte Bright, I'm Eli Pearlstein saying thanks so much for tuning in. One last time, the final. Firebirds, the winner in OT, 97-93 over Roberts Wesleyan. Firebirds improved to 1-2 in overtime games this season. Have a great rest of your Sunday evening, everyone. And please do stay safe. Also, please do tune in to our next broadcast, February 8th. That's a Monday night when the Firebirds host NYIT. Till then, have a great week. And again, please do stay safe. This is a presentation of UDC men's basketball here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network.